Welcome back to Dragon Quest Builders 2. So last time we were on a boat, and then we weren't because we were on an island, alone, with that guy who really likes blowing things up. Or more specifically, smashing things, not so much the explosions. And this lady, who also survived the crash, and has been telling us what to do. Mostly in order to take care of her. And then we woke up one night to find this right next door to our humble, small abode. So we should probably go investigate. There's a Hammerhood involved. Hammerhood have been good, bad, varying degrees. Sure looking a little spooky. What with the fog and the green light. I'd say you don't tell me what to do, but I'm curious enough to do it anyway. Maybe, just maybe, this isn't quite real. I mean, I can just go cook another one. Look at the size of this, like, cave mountain system, though. And you can even look out and see so much crazy crap going on out there. Like, the theme from Dragon Quest 1 to 2 was bigger and better, but, like, the theme stays the same here. Just the size, just mountains in this game are mountains. So there's something over here. I don't actually know yet how to get in there, but I'm sure we'll figure it out someday. I did recognize puzzle elements from much later in the game, though, so clearly it's not intended for early access. I mean, probably. First, I'm gonna grab some grass. You never know when you're gonna need grass, and I only have so much at my disposal. I only have so much anything at my disposal. I don't think I can't do anything with the rocks yet. Oh, so there's a lot of materials that I mentioned before they kind of cut the middleman out of, simplified matters. Vines. They just straight up give you cord. Don't have to worry about that at all. Oh, and then Malaroth being a bro. I'm going out there and getting me more cord. Oh, have we made it? Well, I mean, it's deserted now. But I'm sure it must have been something good at some point. Oh man, look at that hammer. I want a hammer. Can I have a hammer? The pie valve. I mean, I've been cooking stuff. tells you where stuff goes. Freaking jumping off into the air like Superman. I love it when you make blueprints. You just friggin' fly off like a superhero, just foo. Alright, simple enough. Just need to put down some masonry walls and some... whatever those are pronounced. That's what being a builder's about. Gotta build. Gotta build it. I got some masonry wall. Man, they just gave me everything. Well, that makes things way easier. Boop. So this game does... the controls for this game are... they let you do more faster, but they take a little getting used to. For example, if I just hold down the put stuff down button, I do 2. And then if I drag away, I do 2 and 2. So what instead you have to do, if you want to do a wall that's only 1 high, is you can either, and I used to do this in Builders 1 a lot, and they made it harder in Builders 2, is I would hold L to look up and R to look down, but R doesn't look down in this game. ZL looks down. So if you want to do that same trick, you have to press ZL and L at the same time, which is kind of awkward. But you can also just place down 1 block, and then before you place down the 2nd block, start moving. Of course, I could also be holding the D-pad to move my inventory instead of the joystick to move me. But doing that, and you will... it's kind of tight. You can't, like, wait for the opening and go, like, okay, I hit that, and now I push it. It's like, ba-bam! Like, place over. And then you'll make that wall with only 1 block arc. As long as you give me the blocks. What else am I doing on this island? That's what being a builder's about. Maybe. Malrock. So kind of the thing with being a builder is, especially going into Builders 2, what exactly is a builder? A proper builder, because anybody who sits down and wants to make something can make things now. So what's the difference between them and a proper builder? And some of it is it's the level of inventiveness. It's being able to figure out how to make something. And that's not an easy thing to do. It's also being able not only to figure out how to make things, but also the making of things. A proper builder can make... oh yeah, hammer! A proper builder can make anything. Even things that should require a great deal of very specialized knowledge. Like, oh yeah, a carpenter can make stuff out of wood, a mason can make stuff out of stone, a builder, anything. Carpentry, masonry, brickwork, armory, smelting, electronics, as we saw in Builders 1. Like, they effectively have all specialty knowledge. Oh wow, holy crap, the whole island? I mean, really? What am I gonna do with an island? I mean, I guess if he's giving us the island, then it's kind of up to us. I'm gonna build a swimming pool. Why is a hammerhead the guardian spirit? Sorry, Lulu, you're out. Malroth can stay. Heck yeah, I'll take it. I'll make my dream island. No. Okay, so Lulutopia I kind of understand. Like, giant royal castle, her being pampered, everybody living their lives to worship her. I get that. What's the Empire of Evisceration do? Like, just murder everybody? Like, we don't even have any people on the island, so, like, would you just kind of cruise out to other islands to find people to murder? We got a hammer! Hammer! Okay, so, gloves. So gloves. I mentioned before, these aren't going to be as big a deal as I felt like they were originally going to be, because you get your hammer. So the hammer will just break blocks. And you can get them, and then you can put them back. The hammer is just, or the gloves are just good when you just kind of want to put it over there instead. Without having to heck around with breaking it and re-breaking it and putting it down and messing with all of that. So that's pretty much it. But the hammer is treated as another tool. So if we look at wherever our inventory is, we can see hammer right there. It's another in our equipment slot. So we don't have to select it, we don't have to equip it, we don't have to mess with any of that. It's just right there, always available. We can't break this though. In fact, right now, there's a lot of things we can't break. We can break this. supposed to find something good in here, right? What are you? Fancy. Okay, so this is a... What's a little? A little fourth wall breaking, perhaps? But there's a couple things like this to help you out, because the game does have not so much net play. You can, like, play with on each other's islands. You can see each other's constructions. There's a lot of neat, like, internet-related stuff. So this is your first interaction with it. But you get to see all this neat stuff. Like, these are all the pictures people have taken of, like, their own builds and their own silly things that they've done. And, like, sometimes they take pictures of proper builds. Like these. Sometimes they just take silly pictures. Neat stuff, though. So what all can you do on here? I don't know, and to be honest, for the sake of avoiding spoilers for viewers, I'm gonna hold off on looking much more at it. Yeah, so there's a mode. You can go in, you can take a picture. It's here, and then... Misc? No, never mind. It's just directly from here. Snapshot mode. Whoa! Ah! A lot of freedom. A lot of freedom. Tofu. Okay, so these bother me, so I'm gonna get rid of these. Something else you may have noticed... Whoops. For one, there are no camera controls. The camera auto-zooms. So if you absolutely want the camera zoomed in some, you kind of have to, like, just smash it against the floor to get it to zoom in some. But then you also can't force it to zoom out. It kind of just zooms out on its own. You can do some things, like maybe hop or run around or some, and that'll kind of get it to realize it needs to zoom out. Another thing of note is in Builders 1, and this is small, but in Builders 1, when you hammered, you hit the block directly in front of you at foot level, and then once you broke that, you hit the block above it. And it does the opposite in this game. Which makes sense, you're swinging down from the top, but, like, you can't really tell. The sparks are coming out of the top block, though. So I will break the top block, and then break the bottom block. You get the idea. But yeah, hammers! So, completely unimportant to the plot, or anything of the nose, anything of the, like, just a little, like, hey, here's a thing you can do to see what other players are up to. Yeah, that's a little rough. So in other words, we have an island, but we can do jack with it. man, I don't like this. I don't like this heavens deciding my fate for me. We had an experience with that in the last game. Hey, a boat! Man, I gotta clean up that dock. Look at all that crap. Well, that's rough. Alright, so we can go down there. So, from the start, oh, I thought like one of them stopped to talk to me or something. I must have just hit something. So something of note in this game is it is a bit of a slow burner, I guess you could say. What is all of this down here? Can't break that. Well, I'm gonna have to remember that's there. The game is a bit of a slow burner, though. And this is one of the big differences between, just flow-wise, one of the big differences between it and Builders 1 was since Builders 1 was subdivided into those distinct chapters, and each chapter was completely disconnected from each other. Because of that, you kind of got a whole game's worth of experience in each chapter. So by the end of Chapter 1, a full quarter of the way through the game, you have free reign to do pretty much anything you want to do. This game, on the other hand, is one long experience. It's not divided up into disjointed chapters. Which means it's gonna take us a little bit longer to get to the point that we can really start having a blast. It's one of the common complaints I've seen of this game, is that it just takes a little while before you can really get into doing something. Oh, well, that sounds poopy. Those darn coffee stains will get you every time. Same thing, only minus a boat. I mean, it's big enough for us. Huh. Look how Brownbeard's not even worrying about it, just like... You heard the magic, monster. You heard the figment of my imagination. Okay. So, we talk to him, we go sailing. We get to go off somewhere and go have a good time. This is going to be important because, A, they're right. We have very little in the way of raw supplies here. There's some wood laying around, some kelp here and there. There's some slimes. Hey, slime! So he wants some goo. But otherwise, we're not looking at much. Sand. So it'll take us a while to get much anywhere. But with that said, we've still explored very little of this island. So it looks like there's some stuff going on up there. So I say, before we ferry off to this brand new island, we at least go take a gander at this wonderful new place that is entirely ours. Now, because the place is so big, this is probably going to be a little choppily edited up. So we ran out that way. Not a lot going out that way. Yeah, so this may be a little choppily edited up, but I'm sure we'll get something reasonable out of it. So I'm going to start by running over this way. To the right, where the water is down there, but there's also a whole big old place over there. And it looks like there's a way up down there. So let's go. Crap. There we go. So as I mentioned, once the water's deep enough... Ooh, starfish. Once the water's deep enough, you can just kind of hover in it. And for the most part, you're fine. Cacti. We got cacti! Oh, BS. So if you really... You are more limited than you have any right to be, considering you really can't do anything. But alright, we got a big old desert out this way. That's pretty cool, I guess. Desert breaks out to the beach at the far end. Got this weird thing here, and a crafting table. A weird hexagonal crafting table. We can make a lot of stuff here, but also not really. And then there's whatever this is. Alright. Yeah, there's a path here. On the northern end that goes off into the mountains. And this path is a little hidden. This is kind of a neat place back here, but I don't think you're ever directed here. But if you recall, the Hammerhead mentioned that there used to be another builder that lived here. My best guess is maybe this is where that builder lived. Sure. Midden Hall. I feel like Midden Hall was a location in Dragon Quest II or something important in Dragon Quest II. probably something endgame-ish? But man, I do not remember. Man, that guy had a bad time. Also, if you wanted to change your appearance, this is the only place to do it for quite some time. But you can go in just right away and change anything you need. You can also glamour over your weapons and things. Like, right now all I have is the Cypress Stick. But I can put that in, and now no matter what weapon I equip, it'll always look like the Cypress Stick. Let's go ahead and take that off. We don't really have much in the way of options here, but because we played Builder 1, we get this. And we can run around as the headgear from Builder 1. Now, I was honest to goodness debating just running around the whole game like this. Just bring good old Toph back. But, honest to goodness, the more I mess with it, I don't know. I've grown fond of this. With any luck, anybody else out there is going, oh, I don't like the new look. I'm hoping that you'll feel the same one day. Because when I started playing this, I was like, ew. But now, I don't know. Okay, so back over here. There's a couple things. A, we still can't do anything over here. A lot of what looks like long grass, possibly wheat. Otherwise, not a ton going on down here. Big old brown area down here. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe an old riverbed. I'd believe it. Oh, and you got something neat going on down here. Ooh, a little underground spring. Nice. Same crafting table. This one's green. Sure is. So this dried up riverbed goes for a short distance and then just kind of stops. Looks like maybe it starts again way up top, though. Not something I'm too worried about. That was not the button I was trying to hit. Oh yeah, we can look around. Oh yeah, you can see. Nice little riverbed thing going up top and going down that way. So that was the whole desert area down here, and then we ran up to this area up here. So there's still more to poke around at over here. And there's mostly just kind of a big wall in the way. And then it goes out this way into the water. So it's looking like there's... I don't know, maybe we can get up. Looks like we can get up this way. Oh yeah, easy peasy. Ooh, a little cave. Into a wall. And another one of these. Only this one's blue. Sure is. And that's looking like about it. You could see most everything from up here. This even goes all the way to the back where you can see the ocean. There's a beach down on this side, though. It's even got ice out in the water. Still can't build. Not even breaking the... And it seems like that's about it. Because going way over that way is taking us back to where we started, so it looks like just a bunch of open ocean. But for the most part, this looks like where we're going to be residing. So, kind of 3 big old distinct areas. And then the center bit that we climbed up, and then the whole big... whatever this is. Beach, port, going down here. I don't know, kind of a neat area. I'll have to go back around and, like, kind of clean up some of the mappage later on. So for the most part, when you're swimming, you're not really in any danger. I'm not sure if this increases your hunger faster. It doesn't really seem to. Like, if it does, it's not at a significant pace. Look at the mini-map, though. You see right now we're over this light blue water. And that is water with a bottom. This is safe water. Not all water is safe water. You can see once you get far enough out on the map, it turns into this dark blue. That dark blue is danger water. There is no bottom, and if you spend more than a couple seconds in it, a message pops up that says, like, creatures of the deep have taken notice of you, or something. And if you stay out there for too long, the mermen come and grab you. So just kind of don't go out over dark blue water. It's fine. Light blue water, safe forever. But with that... Wrong button. We've at least fully explored this island. I'll probably put a little more effort into making sure it's actually mapped out kind of nice-like at a later date. But at the moment, there's not really anything we could do here. We need supplies, and we need people, and magical barriers to go away. But, until next time, everyone, when we set sail... Wow, that's not a button I wanted to hit. Hi. The game also has first person if you want to, like, Minecraft it up. Yeah. I don't like it. But yeah, until next time, everyone, when we set sail for adventure!